Check, 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 check. Are we on, Steve? Is this thing rolling? We are, I think. I don't know. Whatever. Welcome to Chart Request Live, CRL, the show where you provide the requests. We provide the charts. I'm Spencer. Something for Pat. That's Steve. He's the guy with the charts. How we doing today? You okay?
Spencer, this is a special treat for you. Are you happy to be here?
I miss doing this show. I really
Yeah.
do. It was a lot of fun for me.
You know what? We got to cycle you in more.
I'm
Even on
game
this.
for that. I'm game for that.
Was just
Um,
joking with Spencer offline before we came on here. I'm like, dude, we just can't help ourselves. We go an hour because we just love this show so much. So
Yeah, I like keeping it tight. All right,
we're
let's
keeping it
go.
tight.
Let's start with the inbox. As always, you can email us questions at stockmarketmedia.com. You can drop your requests in the chat. We'll go in no particular order here. Okay, let's start with Obsidian Energy, OBE. This is a request from Neil Richardson. This is what Neil said. 8-year cup and handle just breaking out of a 2-year consolidation, like most energy. Also, a 1-year cup and handle. He was looking for maybe a scoop and score. It's got earnings in early May and huge insider ownership with constant share buybacks. Thoughts on OBE?
So this is a Canadian explorer, 700 million cap,
Mhm.
a little bit below our usual line. But I see what you're talking about. You said Neil, right?
This is Neil. Yep.
Yeah. All right. So let's just, oops, sorry about that. Zoom way out. We're not big trend line people, but you could see this, right? So some sort of reversal in trend looks a lot more like a structural reversal than a primary trend reversal to me, coming off the COVID lows. We saw this across the board in the energy space, right? So this pattern is pretty commonplace in this sector right now. I think you have a pretty clear level right here, right? To confirm this structural reversal pattern that we're talking about, you could draw this like this, Spencer. People love these. Call them head and shoulders.
Yeah.
I think really, though, you're far off from this. So 14 gives you your trend reversal. If you want to get involved sooner, let's drill into the daily and find a level, right? Because it's a base within a base. So I think you got your pivot highs here. That's your move, right? So OBE still working its way higher in this multi-year base, right? If we could just tighten this up, draw it like this. Okay. Pivot highs. Here's your entry. Couple touches just since fall of last year. 885, $9. We're knocking on the door right now. We're right there. So this one's pretty much actionable at current levels. Want to see maybe an overbought momentum reading? It's been living in overbought territory since March. Maybe a nice little overbought reading to confirm this little base. And then you trade it to the upper bounds. So 9 target at the highs from the prior cycle. 13, 9 target 13. Yeah, almost 50%. That's
Not
cool.
bad. That's a good move.
It's the right pond to be fishing in.
All right. What about this one trades in Toronto. This is MRE
Yeah.
Martin Ria International. From a T-
Martin Ria, yeah.
yeah.
So
From
this
a-
is Toronto
TSA.
Stock Exchange only, right?
Yes.
So this chart's in CAD. I like this. I want more of this. Let me tell you why, Spencer.
Oh, okay.
I want to tell you why. This is MSCI Canada. Let's just clean this up. Okay. This is the same pattern that we've been buying this entire cycle. Spencer's so sick of looking at this same chart pattern over and over and over again. Right? But Canada, point is, the reversal's in. Canada is now, like energy or explorers and producers, a pond that we want to be fishing in. So this one checks a couple of boxes. What was the ticker again?
MRE, meals ready to eat.
I'm hungry too, Spencer. All right, look. This one reminds me of Riot, dude. Is this not Riot? Wow. I'm sorry.
Um,
I can't help myself. I got to do it. I'm going to do it. I have memory problems where charts remind me of other charts. And while these are very different,
holy
yeah.
yeah. Wow.
Right? So
Uh,
while these are very different, look, we're already in a successful trade where we could take in half off for a double, trading literally the same exact range failure and scoop in Riot. So just doing that because a lot of you probably heard that if you were watching our flow show on Monday. This is literally the same setup. Right? So there's Riot scooping and scoring. Now let's remove Riot and draw this up for Martin Ria. I don't even have to move the horizontal line. I mean, that's how close this is. Completely different sectors. There's no good reason for that correlation.
yeah, I wouldn't overthink it.
No, don't. There's no good reason for it. And boom. Right? So how do you trade this? You have to understand this will be a more frustrating and lower probability trade than trading with a trend. This is trendless. We're trading a range. But when you get this little kind of failure and then scoop higher, right? I like to call it the scoop and score. This is the scoop. Now, do we score, right? I think so. If we're back above, I don't know, 11 and a quarter, 11.50, yeah, very actionable. Got a little bit of a momentum, bullish momentum divergence, but really not much, right? Something like that there. I like the setup. I think you could trade the range. I'd rather be trading ones that look more like XLE though. Like I love that you guys are bringing the EMP names today, but this is the higher probability setup, right? Trading the energy names that have already resolved their ranges and trading the breakouts and the next leg higher. So
Okay.
I'm favoring those, but I do like a little failure setup here.
Stay on this chart actually, because who was it that asked about it was the oh no, it was XOP. It was XOP versus SPY. This is from Mark. He was looking at XOP versus SPY, and he wants maybe some XOP here.
Is this Mr. Zerby?
Yeah.
Yeah, love it. I like where your head's been lately, Mark. All day. So speaking of a scoop and score, hey now. Ooh wee. That's it, right? So here's your scoop. Boom, boom. Look at momentum. Love it. You know what I love more than the divergence, though, Spencer?
Overbought. No.
Yeah. The confirmation, right? Boom. That's really good. Love to see it. Let's get rid of this. Back in the box. Now we want to see it resolve this range, right? But this is no different. This is XLE SPY 2, right? So this chart is support for, hey, we want to favor energy stocks here or overweight energy stocks. That's what this relative trend or these relative trends in energy are telling us. This is where we want to be right now, right? We're above the lower bounds. Next stop on relative terms would be the upper bounds of this range. But this kind of leadership and relative strength supports breakouts on the absolute basis right here in XLE, right? So let's flip this arrow because it looks like energy is going higher right now. Yes, XOP, and that's the group you want to be in. The explorers and the producers or the oil field services names, because those are the more offensive industry groups within energy. If energy is ticking higher, showing leadership, showing strength, you want to move out as far as you can on that risk spectrum. And you're going to get the most beta in the oil services, so like XES components or XOP, the EMPs. Good stuff.
Oh, all right. Let's switch sectors here. Daniels, that's a good place to add Key for an end of the year time frame. KeyCorp, KeyBank, whatever you want to call it.
Oh, Key, not he.
Key. Yeah, sorry.
Look, took a couple shots at this one. Made a little bit of money, lost a little bit of money over the past 2 quarters. It's just been really slow to start. I'm going to say no for right now. We just need to see more from this one. And it's not no to the group. It's no to KeyCorp, right? I want to see above VWAP. I really want to see above this 15, 16 level here. I want it to look more like the leaders in regional banks. So let's just flip it. If you like Key, you're going to like this too, right? These businesses are so similar. Just buy the charts that look the best, right? So this is Truist Financial.
Yeah. Same business, different footprint.
Formerly BBT and SunTrust, I believe.
That's
this is
correct.
The brainchild of those two. As a Florida man, I do like it. Big presence down here. TFC above 38, 39, really above VWAP here. So today's red candle failing right at the VWAP from the prior cycle highs. Look, if we take this back, look, big VWAP level, right? Coming into play here. That's your confirmation. So TFC all day. And let me give them one more. Again, these are just preferred vehicles to KeyCorp. They're all going to move in the same direction, but this will give you a cleaner setup where you can plan your trade, know where you're out, etc. MT Bank. Talk about VWAP from the prior cycle highs. Above it, now you have something real clean right here. So M&T above, I don't know, 147, 148. Like this one a lot. And then I'm going to give you one more for the banks. It's really the big guys that you want to lean on. Not quite yet the regionals. I think we will want to move to the regionals. I've tried to jump it and been cute trying to get there early, right? A couple times this year. Really, what I should have been doing was leaning on the big six. Bank of America setting up so nice. We've talked about JP Morgan this year. We've talked about Wells Fargo. How about this base in Bank of America, right? Keep it simple. BAC. The reversal's in, and you trade this one. And guess what else? Earnings are in. All these regionals.
Yes.
A lot of these regionals, Keys earnings are behind them already, but a lot of these regionals have earnings coming up. Bank of America's done. So for another, 2.5, 3 months. Reversal, say 38, 38.50. Above there, we're long. Target 50.
I heard you talking about M&T yesterday. And I think you said that was your bank, or someone said that was their bank.
It is.
I
People's United, which is
okay.
Unity, Connecticut, was bought by M&T.
Okay, got it. So I used to, not so much me, more so my dad was super into like the getting the free offers and moving the money around. So I had an M&T account for a couple of years just to get whatever $500, and I got like a tax form, like a 1099, and it took me forever to figure out what the hell this was, because it was from manufacturers and traders trust company, and I was like, what the hell is manufacturers and traders trust company? And I couldn't figure out, and I thought it was like a fraud, and I was like, oh wait, M&T, duh. Okay, there we go, that solves that. But kind of hard to close that account, actually, now that I think about it. But moving on.
So you got a 1099-INT.
Yeah.
Because they pay nice interest.
Well, and I got the promotional, whatever the was. Okay, let's move on. Enough about M&T Bank. What about from Brendan? I am gold. Ticker IAG.
Oh, I know it.
For a 6-month time frame.
I am gold. Yeah. So here we go. You ever see Biodome?
Yeah, a long ass time ago.
I am gold. Okay. So I have the best movie references, I think.
Okay. I was never really a big Pauly Shore fan. So
really?
Maybe I'm not the best guy to talk to you about that.
It's because you're like 5 years younger than me. He was a big deal.
Yeah, I'm probably a little bit too young, just a little bit.
Oh, the 90s, that was his time, dude.
Yeah.
So here we go. I like this. Look, Wheaton Precious is my favorite. We've been leaning on the research team, Ian and company, has been leaning on leaders like Alamos, AGI, Harmony Gold, HMY, I think Eldorado, Ego. IAG, this one's set up. I think the reversal's just about in. If I dropped a 200-day moving average on this, it would certainly be sloping higher. This is the resolution that you buy. I think this one's perfectly actionable. This is where I would want to enter it. So you got pivot highs from April of 2022, May of 2021, right here on this coil, 3 3/4. So let's zoom in. You buy this short-term continuation pattern. And frankly, this is exactly the pattern that you want to buy in bull markets more than any other pattern. at least in the later stages of bull markets. Does that make sense why I'm saying that, Spencer? Like the reversal patterns, the best ones reverse first, second, third, fourth inning, right? Think about Nvidia, Meta. Those reversals were in this time last year.
Yeah.
Then if you want to get into those leaders in the later innings of a bull cycle, you can't buy the reversal. The reversal happened. You got to buy a continuation pattern. You want them high and tight. You want them to look like this. You want them to be at a key level of interest like this one is. So all day you're buying this upside resolution, however you want to do it. You dropped a VWAP anywhere in this cluster. We're already above it. So 3 3/4, I think, long all day. Where are we out? Really depends on your time frame, but we got a real clean level right here at the next high, 5 1/4.
All right, let's do like a couple more, and then we'll go to the chat. Carrier Global, CARR, right up against its prior all-time highs.
So I think
Actually, from a couple
this
occasions.
Was old Pratt and Whitney spinoff.
Oh yeah, you got me there. I really don't know.
I almost did a thing with them when I was in college, actually.
Pratt and Whitney just sounds like an investment bank from the 80s. I don't know if that's true, but it's
no, Google it. Pratt and
right.
Whitney. I think they had a lot of good stuff back then. So Carrier, this is a good chart. Yeah, we love this.
Oh, because it's from Connecticut. Now I got it. That makes sense. All right.
Florida man today, but
Connecticut in your heart.
Connecticut grown. Yeah. Hey, did you see my Huskies at Nicey this week?
No, man.
Jay Woods was hanging out with Danny Hurley.
I saw he's making the rounds. I didn't see the New York Stock Exchange. Anyway, Carrier.
Still not at Kentucky either. 60 gets you done. We're up 7% here today. I wouldn't enter it like right here, right now. Maybe next week, middle of next week, end of next week. Let this cool off. Get this breakout in the books, right? I would zoom in on this right here because it's really a little base on base pattern. So get a confirmed resolution of the more recent range. I think 60, yeah, 60 is that level. We're at 58 3/4 right now. 60, and then we'll fib it out, and we want to be feeding the ducks at the first fib extension, and that's going to come in right around 75. So 50%, no, not quite 50%. 35, 40%, not bad. Industrials, diversified industrials, good place to be.
All right. And then the last one from the inbox, the most random charts or requests always from Wavy. NatWest Group, NWG, just a random bank.
It's not a random bank. God damn it, Spencer. So this is the old Royal Bank of Scotland, RBS.
Oh,
if you're from Connecticut, exit 7 and 8, downtown Stamford. We used to have the famous RBS building. The financial crisis did not treat them so well, like a lot of financial stocks. So they are now NatWest Group.
Oh, this is the Royal Bank of Scotland? I did not know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
They had the largest trading floor, I think, in the country.
Oh, we've talked about this before. Okay.
I interviewed there, 10 years ago now, more, 12 years ago. And it was like, it was cool, man. It was cool. If they offered me the job, I might have taken it. So NWG, here we go. It looks like a lot of the others, Wavy, right? You know this pattern by now. The international banks, they've been doing this, whether it's HSBC, UBS, the Japanese ones, the Korean banks. Don't sleep on those Korean banks. I'm going to draw right through here. So this is a good lesson. Ignore blow-offs like this, right?
Oh, the market did, clearly.
Yeah, so we'll draw right through this stuff. Why? Not much price memory there. We were up there for a couple days, got blasted, breakaway gap lower, right? Nice failure. Back in the box. To me, the real level is the 2022 highs, 7.5. So we're close. Momentum. I love this momentum. Nice move off the October lows, almost a double from here. It looks great. It looks great. And this group is fantastic right now. Here's the European Financials Index, EUFN. Let's just flip it to a line because it's not the most liquid, right? But we've been talking, Spencer, so much about these patterns that are failing at their prior cycle highs, right? It's been all the talk on the morning show since last week. Failing at prior cycle highs. What we mean by that is charts that are doing this. Breaking out above highs and then breaking below them. But that's not what happened here. Instead, EUFN dug in, put in a just classic retest, flipped prior resistance into current support, and now we're moving higher, right? So these European banks fall into the same category as energy, something like XLE, right? That broke out of its range, successful retest, held those range highs. Let me contrast it with something like materials, right? Where we got the breakout above the range highs, okay? But now we failed and we're back in this old box, right? So we think that these will be false starts and we will soon, or at least eventually, get higher and look more like XLE or EUFN. But for now, we want to favor the ones that have stuck the landing on these resolutions, not the ones that are failing, back in the box, messy, etc. Right? Does that make sense?
That's fair. That's fair. I'm just looking at the EUFN right now. What's in it?
Let me guess. A lot of Deutsche, some solid HSBC exposure, some UBS.
It's HSBC, but it's HSBA, so it's like the other ticker. But it's probably the same thing. I don't see
Banco Santander.
Yeah, Santander's in there. A lot of UBS, a lot of BNP Paribas, a lot of Zurich Insurance, Allianz. You know, you get the idea. But the reason I brought up those because I want to see if Barclays or Deutsche Bank was in there. And I don't see Barclays just because of the day they're having today. But
how about Lloyd's of London?
Oh yeah, Barclays is in there. It's small. Okay, moving on. To the chat. We better be talking about China. That's what Leopold says. JD and the FXI looking prime for inverse shampoo breakout.
Yeah, got it. Ha, clever. See what he did there?
Yeah, that's right.
Talking about the Head and Shoulders, folks. Okay, look. Momentum. I want to see more, but this is the right kind of momentum to accompany a 5-month high. So this is FXI. This is the iShares MSCI China ETF. Really perfect, coming off the lows from October of 2022. This is when risk assets bottomed around the world. China, nice reaction leg higher, and then it's been faded for years now, right? So is this some sort of short-term reversal in the context of a broader range? I think so. Are we talking more and more and more about China and opportunities in China? And I think Southeast Asia also, a lot more in the coming weeks and months and quarters? I think so. But does this still probably need time? Definitely. Where do you want to look? If you are looking for trade ideas in China, I think you go straight to the internet ETF and its components.
I just pulled that up on my screen.
Yeah, it's held up better. Spencer, like it's really not something to me, but it's not nothing either, right? This is the 5-day rate of change that I'm circling up here in the upper panel. So this will be the highest reading from a short-term momentum perspective, right? And this is similar to the RSI. We're just measuring the momentum that is accompanying the current move. Highest since July of last year. Not bad, but we want to see this thing blow out, right? To tell us, initiation, new bull market for China. For now, I think you're breaking some sort of a downtrend. I think we can draw it like this. And then I think we want to really lean on the ones that have already been working and stay there rather than getting cute and buying the Alibabas of the world or the JD.coms, right? You want to be going to the education names, the Tencent Music. Pinduoduo, big question mark right now. Big question mark. Why do you make that face? Why that face?
No reason. I've still got my puts, but that's not so. We don't need to talk about that.
You have options in China is my point though, right? So let me just give you two real quick and then we'll move on. Tencent Music, right? Notice the trend here. We're above any big AV WAP level, right? The reversal was in a long time ago back here. And this one's up, I don't know, 4x from its lows of the prior cycle. One more is trip.com. Tcom.
That's India. No, I'm sorry. That's Make My Trip. Sorry.
No, this is China, I believe.
Yeah. No, you're right. You're right. Make my trip is India.
MMYT is what you're thinking of. So
Yeah.
this one, same thing, right? Reversal in, been working for a while. Do you think leaders are going to stop trending well? Maybe they stop leading, but are they going to stop trending higher in an environment where their broader group or their peer group finally starts working? No. So lean on the leaders for now. I think we will move out on the risk spectrum and lower on the quality spectrum, and there will be time for the laggards or the catch-up trade in the future. But I don't think you want to be doing that just quite yet.
Okay. Yeah, probably at least with the K-Web, like probably just easier to wait, right? Like, could you make more money if you buy it now and it breaks out? Yeah, but probably just easier to wait for the
because you could lose more too, right?
Right.
Too early. So
Yeah.
I get it, but I think at least at the index level, patience, right? Stronger components, leaders, go ahead. Index level, you probably want to continue to be patient. Let's throw Tal Education Group in there too. Tal just looks fantastic.
Up 9% today, I think.
Just reported, right?
Maybe I tried. TAL was in the group where I tried it's so volatile. Every day is up 5%, down 6%, up 9, down 7. So I try not to really look at it all that often, just because it's kind of a wild child. But
they just reported, and if the trading view numbers are right, we'll just drop them real quick. They were expecting negative EPS, got slightly positive, couple pennies, and then on the revenue side of things, which is what I think should be paid more attention to, particularly for these companies that are barely profitable, right? Your EPS is flat. I care more about the revenue. 10% surprise to the upside. Beat by like $45 million. So not bad. Not bad.
Cooking for goals. K-Web is just Chinese internet specifically. So it's not, it's no financials, which is a lot of heavy and the FX side. It's none of that stuff. It's just internet. So just Alibaba, JD.
They broaden it. It's tech, internet tech, right?
Same thing. It's the same thing.
But
okay,
totally.
Okay, what else was in here in the chat? Someone just mentioned Adam mentioned Levi. Let's look at Levi Strauss. Sure, LEVI. Why the heck not? Jeans.
Denim is so in. We have a custom denim index that we look at internally, mostly for fun. But jeans are really working. I think jeans are back in. I took my jorts out of my closet already. Been wearing them. Look, the reversal's in, Spencer.
I guess so. Yeah.
I mean, similar to Pauly Shore, did you also miss jorts?
No, I definitely did not miss that trend. I caught that wave. I caught that wave in the 90s, no doubt.
Okay, good.
Early 2000s, a little bit, yeah.
So it's jean shorts that we're talking about, millennials. Here we go. Already retraced 38%. I would have been wanting to get long on this hard retest right here, around $20. At this point, this is volatile and sloppy. I don't love this. I think patience and long above 24, or from the last 2 days, I think maybe you get weakness back towards 1950, right? And that's the zone where you want to get involved, but not here, not now. This 19 to 20 zone, I do like on weakness though, right? Feel me?
I feel you. Hey, whoa! I lost track of time. All right, let's do one more, and then we can hop out. Time flies when you're having fun. Where do we want to go? All right, sure. We'll look at Palantir for Project Denable. Why the heck not? I looked at it's been like a whole week since I've looked at this stock, so I have to fulfill my weekly quota.
What is Palantir?
It's the NSA in the stock market, or CIA? No, wait. NSA. I was right the first time. Is NSA?
NSA, guess what? CIA is a client too. These guys are going to give you exposure to an industry or a business unlike any other. That's what I personally like about it. Some will call it AI, data mining, counterterrorism, aerospace and defense, software. This one gets thrown into every category.
Short squeeze, yeah.
Heavy short interest.
Throw it in there.
You're not going to find another company like this. They don't exist. So that's what I really, really like about it over the long term. When your largest counterparties or customers are the US government, you tend to do well. Ask Boeing. You could fuck up a lot and still be okay, right? So that's what Palantir really is. I think. Well, I mean, why do you make that face? Is that?
I don't know if Boeing is okay right now, but
I don't think they're okay either. To be completely, but honestly, Spencer, that company should have been toast 4 years ago.
Oh yeah, they're on their fourth. They're on their fourth CEO of the decade. So
it's right. So the fact that they're still alive has everything to do with the fact that the U.S. government is their customer, right? And a very close ally. You don't think so?
I think maybe for Boeing. I mean, they exist in a duopoly. There's like two major manufacturers of airplanes in the world, and they're one of them. But back to Palantir. So this really
is not a duopoly. This is a monopoly. There aren't other companies that do this. There aren't other businesses that do what Palantir does.
I'm sure there are, but they're just not. They're not Palantir size, and it's definitely not publicly traded. So
maybe the technology that these guys are leveraging. This company's not new. This is about 15, 20-year-old company. I was doing books for these guys back in 2011, 2012, 2013, and they were a great business then. I can't imagine how good they are today. Not the most transparent. That's okay. I think Alex Karp is an interesting CEO. He's probably going to be gone soon because he's probably not the best for the stock. So they have these issues. JC would call this a meme stock, right? It's hated by a lot. It's a polarizing company. Bottom line is the reversal's in, right? And the path of least resistance is higher. And we have a really clear level to play this off.
21's a magnet. Whatever that is, I can't really see.
21.
But,
yeah. So this is your zone. We're there now. I want to see us above. I mean, you could just litter VWAPs all over this thing. They're all going to come in similar areas. But as long as these VWAPs are holding, I think you really want to be involved. I think you get confirmation that the VWAP off of the year-to-date highs from last month. That comes in right around 23, 24. But we do have earnings next week for the following week. 21's a good level. Yep. Long haul. Next stop 30, and then you really want the all-time highs here, 45.
You can tell Steve's interest in the chart with when we bring it up. It's already marked up. That's a pretty good indicator.
I tried it. Yeah,
that's right. All right. I think that'll be a good place to end it for the day. Pat will be back on Tuesday with y'all, but I'll try to get into this rotation. This is fun. I miss doing the show. Thanks for all the requests in the chat, in the email. You can always email us any requests, and we will do our best to get to them on this show. Tuesdays, Thursdays, 1 o'clock Eastern time, right here at Stock Market TV. And that's what I got. Thank you, Steve.
See you tomorrow morning.
That's right.